And now I know the only compass that I need is the one that leads back to you. And I know the only compass that I need, oh, is the one leads back to you. And the burning blisters on my feet will call to hold me as I'm close to fall. Away from the home of your arms I stray, off the radar and into harm's way. Now I know the only compass that I need, oh, is the one that leads back to you. Yeah, coffee waves the hand again, coaxing letters from the pen, with words just sit like empty scribbles, such empty caffeinated riddles. Now I know the only compass that I need is the one leads back to you. Now I know the only compass that I need is the one leads back to you.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, we're back. We're back with more Death Stranding. Because you know what happened? You know what didn't happen, rather, is that there's someone that we didn't meet yet. Would you believe that? I believe we are hunting down the musician. They should be right around the corner, and luckily, looks like we got clear weather, because I completely forgot to check for that. I also want to make sure here that none of my zip lines are fine. I should not need to mess with the zip lines, but I have repair tools in case. I think this is also the first time I'm using this one in particular, the transport trike. Oh, that one's already upgraded. Okay. Nice. What about that one? It doesn't look like it. They have to be somewhere in that area. That's the only dark area left on the map. But where? I also didn't bring any... Didn't bring any climbing tools. Could be an issue. Repair materials to my watchtower? No, you don't need to do that. That's okay. You didn't really need to do that. Dude, what do you mean? It's up here, musician. How? Hmm. Are they like built into the rock? Well, I think I gotta get on the other side somehow. There they are. They're really tucked away in there, aren't they? I gotta get down. Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna go ahead and just get a zip line ready. Hang on, I gotta mute some stuff here.
Get this thing work any faster.
What do I have new that's going on?
Construction complete.
I gotta mute this too. I have way too much going on in my other monitor. I'm sorry. You know what? Something heartbreaking did happen today.
Structure upgraded.
I followed this one person a while ago because they had I really liked their, I think that they had a cute model and a nice gimmick. And then they turned out to not be a good person. I don't really care to elaborate on it. But that was just a little bit of tang in my day. It's like, damn, yeah, it'd be that way. I don't think we're getting the trike over there, by the way. I don't think that's happening. I think I gotta scale this cliff. But I don't necessarily have the tools to do that, do I? Hmm. Yeah, I didn't really think this part through. Uh-huh. I don't think I mentioned it here yet. I do have an interview set up for somewhere that's a little more in line with what I'd like to do. Hopefully. So we'll see how that ends up going. It's not for a little while yet. Alright, you bastard. Ah!
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. All weapons.
Okay, I can do that.
Order assigned. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Going on, Gavin? How have you been? It's been a minute. Oh, you're saying hi to Pelibot. Oh. Is that on the other side? Okay, someone made a bridge at least. Come on, speed legs. They're trying. What's going on, Dash? Hang on, the side of... My thing's getting cut off because it opened the window improperly. Girl boss too hard. And now have the responsibility at work, but other than that, you're doing well. Probably didn't increase your pay, did they? No, probably not. Ah! Yeah, I've kind of mastered my line of work. I've been there a couple months, and I'd say I've pretty much mastered it. All the basic stuff, yeah, I'm pretty good. It's boring again. It's boring. I need something else. Not even Northern Lion can keep me, like, occupied. Because I get everything done in the first 2 or 3 hours. What am I doing now? I still, carry heavy boxes. But my body's adapted to it, and the boxes mean nothing to me anymore. They're weightless. I do have an interview in a couple weeks that is in a different field entirely, so we'll see if that pans out. That would give me, like, I would have a normal schedule. Do you believe that? I'd have a normal, modern-day schedule.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile
And I'd have,
express
it'd be like a government job, so I'd have holidays and stuff. I don't know the last time that I had, like, a holiday that's not Christmas off. No, I don't. No, I don't. Never got holiday pay either.
Oh shit. You sent bridges? For real? Oh fuck me. What am I gonna do with all this? Good problem to have, but still.
Is that a beetle? Oh! Oh my god, okay, okay. This guy's not gonna be too hard, I think.
The network's been working out pretty good for me, so... Okay, let's do it. Sign me up for the UCA, or whatever.
There we go! Connect all facilities to the UC. Oh, we did it! We did it! As a government employee, it is nice. Your line of work is government? Maybe I don't understand how that stuff works. We did it! Yes, the musician. No, that's not a beetle. It's not a beetle. It's got a bowl cut, but it's not a beetle. Maybe that's a K-pop.
So this is it, huh? Don't really feel any different. I guess I'm part of something bigger now. Well, I should get back to searching for some new shit.
What is up the bigger now?
Always something good out there. Hey Sam, you the musical type? Got a harmonica here with your name on it. The traveling man's instrument. You can play it any way you like. Go on, take it. Let your soul sing.
We could have had a harmonica this entire time! We could have had a harmonica for this 120 hours we've been playing this game. Nobody told me. We got a harmonica.
Seriously though, it's an honor. Sam Bridges. Damn.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further
Remember some
information.
horrible woman crying on New Year's Day, saying sorry for making us stay open at Target buying random bullshit. Oh goodness. Wait, what is that badge? Love. What is this? Oh no. Oh, I think that one was just a hack. That account's from 2016. Yeah, I think these guys get hacked, and that's what's happening. What is that? La Velada. What is this? Boxing? It's a boxing thing? Huh. Making fun of the guy with salamander head? What does that mean? Lot of urgent deliveries. The disease the musician has, that's not real. That's like a made up. That's like a Death Stranding thing, right? You're gonna tell me that's like a Death Stranding, like like Hartman, the guy whose heart is shaped like a comical heart. Before I take on something like that, let me go ahead and get our final zip line ready here.
No can do, Sam. Structures can't be built that close together. You'll need to settle for a different spot outside the sensor ring.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Outside construction. Didn't he join the UCA? Yeah. It makes him talk funny. I'm gonna have to see like a medical study on this first before I can comment further.
Beginning scan. Weapons restrictions lifted. Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Hang on, I just saw it. Nah, you're not gonna get away from me.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All. Weapons restrictions lifted. Construction complete.
You think we can 5-star this guy tonight? He didn't really have a lot.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain. Locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridge.
What I should be looking at is where I need to go for the musician. Capital Knot and Distro. Okay, well, Distro's nearby. We'll go to the Distro.
Structure upgraded.
Better 5-star that guy quickly. I think we can. We're going to take this stuff, and I think I'm too lazy to actually make the journey over to Capital Knot City. I believe we're just going to TP there.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time weapons restrictions lifted.
Thanks for everything, Sam.
All right, you guys know the drill. See what we got going on here. Where'd we leave off? Halfway through Celadon City. Okay. Take it away, Eddie
This
Austin.
with a strong sense of purpose, and I don't think if he lived here, he would actually develop that kind of mythos about a giant department store. I think that's the type of thing you develop if you're from a small town or just somewhere else. So I don't think he's from here, so I don't have to worry about him. And that's it for the department store. We are making progress, but by God, we are not done. Which also means it's a great time for me to tell you that this is a viewer-supported channel. So if you do want to support my surveys and my ability to keep doing them, my ability to spend hours of my life when I really should go to bed because I work in the morning, going around deducing the employment status of Pokemon NPCs, Patreon is the place to do it.
Why did I do this?
I'm going to come back and do the casino at the end just because I think it'd be more fun. So let's continue on and hit some of these other residential buildings. We got some more offices down here, it looks like. Oh my god, a restaurant! Dude, Celadon City. This is where I'm trying to live. Is this our first food service employee? Wow. Thank you so much for working in food service. He says this place is always packed with regulars. How's the food, sir? Oh, curry. Okay, it's like Indian. It's gonna be a little tricky to figure out if these people have jobs, isn't it? All we know about him is he loves to eat curry. And actually, come to think of it, the way he's talking is as though he's gonna sit here all day and just eat curry. And if he's coming here regularly, like he's coming every day, sitting all day and eating curry, that's probably a good indication that maybe he doesn't have a job and he's like living at home, spending his allowance. I think this guy's probably unemployed. This guy's interesting looking, drinking a little bit of water. I believe he's also a gambling addict, but this guy does look old enough to probably be retired. And he's also out in literally in a robe, which I feel like is kind of one of those dystopian, like, you take your social security check, you go down to the casino in your pajamas, and then you gamble it all away, which is sad, but it's not unemployment. And he does say he's having fun, so, you know, whatever, who am I to judge? This guy says there are several floors hidden below the game corner. Are you serious? Oh, Christ. Anyway, we got this lovely, presumably husband and wife couple gossiping at the table about rumors that they've heard. Interestingly, this lady's talking about how her Pokemon are weak, but she buys them medicine. So she obviously cares about them a lot, but doesn't have time to train them. Whereas this guy is just like gossiping about local rumors.
Hang on, we did get more mail. All right. The Collector, Hamamura's Porter Chronicles Issue 1 continued. And The Musician, Music Unlimited. Dude's already like 2 3/4 of the way done. Why did it increase by 9 and then 10%? That's weird. Like a rounding problem. Take me to Capital Knot.
Of there being a secret building underneath the casino. Maybe she's working and he's not. He is the stay-at-home wife. Okay, restaurant done. Next up we have, hopefully this is residential. Yes, okay. Oh my god, then it's an old guy. Easy. Wait a second. Hold the phone. That game where the Pokemon fly through the sky is a huge hit. We are raking in the cash now. Is the implication there that he's like playing the game and making money? or that he's the owner of the casino. Because I think the implication there is that he owns the casino. Because everybody knows you don't rake in the cash if you're the one playing. Yeah, right? The house always wins. Which I guess makes him employed, not retired. What do we got? All right, we have another building over here. We gotta be getting close. What is this? A love hotel? Oh, wait, you know what? This is connected to the house with the guy that I said was a casino owner. So they're actually probably both hotel owners. So still employed. But I did misread the situation slightly. And then we got all these people staying in the hotel. So probably from out of town, right? This looks like a family, a whole family from out of town. Yeah, look at that. I'm on vacation. Okay, almost there, almost there. I know there's a Pokemon gym here somewhere. I think it's down here. Yes, perfect, okay. Let's pop inside the gym. Whoa, this place is very elaborate, okay. Now, normally there's like a guy standing at the front entrance, like a ref. But I guess he's not here for some reason. So what have we got? Anyone who's in the gym and is an adult is working for the gym. And frankly, if you're on the fence and you look like you might be an adult, I'm counting you. Employed, 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 and child. 2 more employed here. 1 more. And then, of course, the woman herself, Erica. Absolutely employed. And I believe that's it in the gym. A lot of employment. Erica really seems to be doing a great job, both with the gym itself, but also with Celadon City as a whole. You know, we've talked a lot in our employment reports about how gym leaders seem to be performing a kind of pseudo-political or some sort of like, not like an autocratic role, but some kind of position of authority. And there seems to be some correlation between the quality of the gyms and the quality of the towns and blah, 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 blah. So you do have to give credit where it's due, and we will do so in the report. You really got to hand it to Erica for her handling of everything here. It's pretty impressive from what we can see so far. Anyway, you want to do the casino? All right, let's get it done. The last place. Here we go. This is the place that there's a lot of opportunity for the employment situation to look a lot less good after we get done surveying in here. So, first of all, let's start with the good. Number 1, the prize man. He doesn't look happy, but he does work. Now, number 2, look at this. Isn't this interesting? So this gentleman was the guy that was supposed to be in the gym. The officiant, the referee. What's he doing in the casino? Well, obviously he's gambling, but he is giving me advice still. He's still sort of like doing his job, which implies he's still employed. Maybe not for long. And honestly, maybe Erica just lets him maybe take a day off or have a break or whatever. It's possible. But I guess he still probably counts as employed. No.
Guys, I just learned that I can just hold X. I don't need to press it every time. I can just hold the button. Oh my god. That would have been so nice to know 100 hours ago. Oh, that would have been really helpful 100 hours ago. Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been pretty nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would have been pretty nice. Okay, did I do everything that I wanted to? I have... Yeah, musician stuff, okay.
Any guy that looks like this always makes me nervous. This gentleman says he occasionally sees suspicious-looking people here, which implies he's here kind of a lot, which is not a great look. But it also implies that he's able to pay attention to his surroundings, that he's not just like totally sucked up and entranced by the game. So I think this guy's probably on the former end of the gambling addict spectrum, like still employed, but just wasting his money and on his way to losing his job. This lady has come here with her Pokemon. I think that's a good sign for at least her not being totally addicted. Again, like the other guy, she's not completely consumed by the game as of yet. Now, is she employed or is she just not applicable is the real question. She's definitely not working today because she's hanging out with her pet, and it is the middle of the day, so she probably just is not applicable. Maybe gets her money from somewhere, possibly married in a relationship, whatever. Maybe she's with this guy behind her. Maybe they're together. Kind of a sugar daddy situation. Totally possible. Nothing wrong with that. And then we got this karate guy again. Implication being he's got a life outside of this. Not wearing shoes though. That's kind of a red flag. I didn't see like a dojo, like a gym for humans here. So I don't know that I don't know that there's a place of employment for him here, right? Also, people have said that this is in like a rough part of town. I know it doesn't seem like it from here, but if that's true, you're thinking glass on the street, needles, stuff like that. You're really going to tell me that this guy is employed and is walking into the casino barefoot and not just spending his whole day here? Honestly, he's probably been here so long he slipped his shoes off. So I think, unfortunately, this guy might be unemployed. Now, over here, we've got... These people are, like, resting, so maybe they're, like, here with family. What do you got? Broke my high score. Oh, my God, another retired gambling addict in a robe. Well, I hope you enjoy your remaining days. And then we got this lady down
Driving
here.
might have been
This lady's taking
faster.
a break from playing games. Again, not addict behavior, but we've seen ladies like her before, and some ladies like her do have either retired or, like, housewife energy, which obviously, you know, I don't mean that pejoratively. So I think it's probably one of those two. So regardless, she probably just doesn't count. Now, I do see this staircase leading down. And that guy at the restaurant did say there's a secret thing under the place. So let's go take a look down there. This definitely looks like it is a place of employment, but I'm not actually seeing anybody here. Yeah, it looks like whatever it was, it's been totally abandoned, like sort of a post-special forces raid terrorist headquarters or something like that. Man, there is not a soul down here. Oh, here's one person. Okay, maybe you can explain what's going on. What the hell? This is Team Rocket. Now, Team Rocket, from my understanding, is like a gang. So they do a bunch of crimes and stuff. But this person's telling me Team Rocket's been disbanded, which would explain why this place is totally abandoned. And this individual's very upset that Team Rocket's been abandoned. And so this person's now going to try to fight me. Unfortunately, the Bureau only supplies me with one Pokemon for self-defense. So this probably isn't going to go well. Okay, I lied. I actually did great. Anyway, the guy basically told me that Team Rocket, which was previously inhabiting this gigantic area, no longer exists. Which is unfortunate for us, obviously, because, you know, say what you will about gang activity and stuff like that, but it does contribute to the movement of the economy. So it does count as employment, you know, if there's anybody here. But fortunately, the only people left in here seem to be master trainers. Which does go to show that, you know, the economic situation in a city does change. It is not something that's static. A strong economic situation one day does not necessarily mean that it's going to stay the same the next day. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is it. That is everything in Celadon City. Every building, every person, every gym, which means it's time for me to take all of this data on this sheet of paper, send it off to the Bureau, and we will synthesize it into an economic situation report for you, which you will see at a press conference in 3, 2, 1. Press conference. Good morning, everybody. Hi, how are we doing today? Welcome back to a press conference with the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We have another employment situation summary for you today. This time, we're returning to the region of Kanto, and we're talking about Celadon City. So without further ado, let's get started. Total surface payroll employment in Celadon City is at 41 persons, and unemployment is at 6.8%, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported today. Celadon City is a large urban hub in the center of Kanto with a population of 75, making this the largest survey the Bureau has done in the region by a healthy margin. While the city does have certain amenities and attractions that we've come to expect in Kanto, like, for example, a hospital and a Pokemon fighting dojo, which we also call a Pokemon gym. One of the most exciting things about enumerating here is just how many unique businesses and structures there are to critically examine. Of course, that's always going to get us at the Bureau quite tickled.
What do you mean? Why are there
Where
BTs
previous
here?
municipalities in Kanto had small chain shopping marts, Celadon City has a sprawling shopping
What's
center.
over there?
Where previous municipalities
Incinerator?
housed their residents exclusively in residential homes, Celadon has multi-use luxury condominiums. Where previous municipalities seemed to eat entirely within the home, Celadon has our first dedicated restaurant. Even without doing a specific accounting of the population, the potential for a diversified and stable economic situation is clear. It's very exciting stuff for Celadon. And indeed, once the data is drawn, there is no indication that the reality is falling short of that potential. While a 6.8% unemployment rate is higher than other cities we've surveyed, notably the 3 previously enumerated cities in Kanto have had lower unemployment rates than that. The actual picture on the ground is a lot more positive than that would indicate. A big part of our optimism comes from the diversity piece. A sufficiently diversified economy is considered by most accounts to be a vital step in creating sustainable long-term growth that can be theoretically utilized to improve the quality of life of everyday people, regardless of the underlying economic system. It's a bit of a run-on sentence, guys. In reality, this growth is generally lopsided in its distribution, but the underlying fact of the matter remains the same. So that's good news for them. In this way, the dojo leader, or the gym leader of the city, who goes by the name Erica,
Where are the other
likely
zip
deserves
lines?
some of the credit, because so far we've seen a general trend.
I guess one of them must have
in Kanto,
broken
the economic
down.
outlook of a particular city being correlated to the cleanliness or the extravagance of its respective Pokemon gym, which in some sense might indicate that the political system is doing a reasonably good job of creating genuine equity within individual cities, even if it's not doing so across the region as a whole. If it weren't, it would seem far more likely that we'd see extravagant wealth and pageantry within the Pokemon dojos themselves, while the city around it suffers. But so far, things seem to go more or less hand in hand. So that's an interesting little tidbit that we'll sort of start to process as we finish doing our enumeration of Kanto. The one minor concern that the Bureau has with Celadon City is that at the time of the survey, it seemed as though a large and well-funded organized crime syndicate had recently vacated the premises of a local casino, leaving a vast underground sort of hideout entirely abandoned. While it may seem controversial to some, it's an economic fact that illegal economic activity of one form or another can be a massive assist to a local economy, to the point that having those industries shut down or forced out can wreak havoc on the stability of an economic situation. There's no indicator at this stage that the city is struggling, and indeed it does appear diversified enough to absorb this kind of shock, but without knowing the exact timeline of the gang's vacation or exactly how it was operating within the city beyond the confines of the casino, we'd be hesitant to be exclusively optimistic. 6.8% puts Celadon City in 4th place for cities in Kanto and ties it with Castletown from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This data comes from a direct survey conducted over 3 days, etc., etc. So very good news for Kanto. Probably the most economic positivity in Kanto so far, but we still have a few cities to enumerate, so we shall see when it's done. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below saying that you liked it. That tells me I'm making what you want to see, which I already know I am. Everyone loves unemployment reports, right? Who would have thought if someone would have asked you 2 years ago, what's your favorite series on YouTube? You would have said video game unemployment. Anyway, thanks so much to all my patrons. You guys make this possible. If you'd like to see these types of videos, Patreon is a way to support it, to continue coming up with these new series that then become people's favorites. So thanks to all of you folks that you see scrolling by. That's the end of the video. I'll see you all next time.
Oh, my mind is falling apart. And I said I'd be with you forever. Said, my mind is falling apart.
The city of Markarth. For a place allegedly built by dwarves, it sure is big. But what's really going on underneath the surface of this rock-solid metropolis? How is the local economy doing? That's what we're here to find out today with our second-to-last Skyrim unemployment survey ever. Strap in, and welcome to Markarth. Now, does anyone remember what the best way to get a sense of the local unemployment in a particular area is? That's right, we're doing a direct survey. That means we are going to walk around and talk to every single person in Markarth and determine if they have a job or not. Then we're going to tally up all of that data and compile it into a report. Given that this guy's standing in front of us, why don't we start with this gentleman here, Vigilant Tyrannus. Vigilant Tyrannus, do you have a job?
I'm with the Vigil of Stendar.
Wait, didn't I have one over
I
there?
believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship.
The hell is the Vigil of Stendar? It does loosely sound like an employment organization. Do you need any help?
Follow me and keep your eyes open. Never know what you'll find.
Alright, he's trying to kill me all of a sudden. I don't know why. I
I
gotta
see.
get out of here. That guy was part of like sort of a traveling, almost like holy police force, you know, like the Knights Templar kind of, which does give the sense that he's not from here, that he's just like passing through, you know? So I'm just not gonna count him as part of the survey, and we'll move on to whoever else is outside.
What can an old skull do for you, huh?
You're an old skald. Is that some kind of bard?
That's about the truth of it.
It's also worth noting that he can train me in the art of speech, which kind of sounds like, though he is old and maybe doesn't work as much as he used to, kind of sounds like he's still employed. I mean, I can literally pay him to teach me things, so that's employment. Hello, who are you? Dude, you are scary.
Bloody enough for you, outsider.
What? More blood's always better. That's what we here at the Bureau, that's what we say. This is Yngvar the singer. Now, he does sort of look like the lead singer of a metal band, but I don't know if that's actually his job.
Been here ever since I left the Bard's College. Turns out a few muscles earn more gold than a damn loot.
Oh, he tried to be a bard and then it didn't work, and so now he has to beat people to death for a living, because that's how you can get work in Skyrim. That's horrible. That's worse than this. You just gotta go work at Chipotle, but it's better than starving to death, maybe. Maybe. Is it? Next up, we have this gentleman, this...
Out of my way, outsider.
Hey, relax. I need to know who you are, Reberus Quintilis.
I should get back to work. Money doesn't count itself.
Money doesn't count. You're a money counter? Something tells me that job's not very hard. Oh man, look at all these guys working down here. How are you guys enjoying your job?
You're not one of my workers. What are you doing here?
I'm trying to talk to your workers, which means you have workers, which means you're employed. Mullish. So these are his workers, which I guess means they're employed, huh?
They don't like us talking to people when we work.
Well, yeah. That's called if you got time to lean, you got time to clean.
Alish will beat me if I stop working.
That's not good.
Good day.
Good day to you, too. Now, with those people out of the way, we've surveyed everybody who's standing outside in Markarth. The problem is, probably 90% of the people in this city are indoors. There are a lot of doors here, but we have to do it, so we're going to start with the easy places. We're going to go inside of this bar. There's bound to be lots of employment in a bar, and also probably lots of unemployment. Oh, look at this. This is why I like coming to Skyrim, because you can literally just ask, where do you work?
Arnleaf and Sons Trading Company. I'm a porter.
Employed.
Give a crippled worker a helping hand.
Okay, so this guy said something about a cripple. If that's true, then I guess maybe he would be not applicable. But also he says crippled worker, which makes it sound like he's a worker. So I think surprisingly, I probably have to call him employed. Now, as with any bar, there's a bunch of people here who are clearly employed, like this sweeping individual and this mercenary lady, you know, the barkeep. But there's also a lot of people who are more confusing to figure out, like this lady.
Need something?
Sam, my man. Good of you to drop in again. Handled with care. That's what I like to see.
Don't hold back here, all right? You can, it's okay. You can glaze me a little bit. Give me as many likes as you'd like. That's what I like to see. Okay. How did that, really? When I fell down and busted my ankle? Okay. What's going on, Tommy?
Alright, well, we both got shit to do. You especially, am I right? Rock on, brother. Stay strong.
Good work. New order.
Capital Knot has a new one. All right, we're going back to Capital Knot. Is there like a rest area nearby? Not really.
Thanks for having me, Sam.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
What is this salamander head bit? I don't understand. I don't understand this comedy.
Yes, do you have a job?
Oh, did you need something?
Yes, do you have a job?
Need something?
Yes, her name is Muri, but I'm going to repeatedly refer to as Muriri as I follow her around to see if she does any work, so I apologize in advance for that. It's just what happened. Now, Muriri immediately stood up and made a beeline for the door, so I decided just to follow her and see where she ended up, and even though it was midnight, she went straight for the potion shop. So after waiting until morning so that we could go inside, we popped in to see if Muriri was employed here. Muriri, are you in here? Hello, Muriri? You're not Muriri. Who are you?
The Hag's Cure is here for all your discreet needs.
You're Botella. Nice to meet you, Botella. I'm Austin, and I work at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and thank you for your job. Ah, here she is. Mariri, what do you do?
There's so much to learn about the
The
shop.
birth defect called salamander head.
Okay, so she's learning how to work at the shop. Look, she's literally sweeping, so...
I don't think I
turns out,
believe
has a
you the
job.
way you've been talking
Now,
about
what about
it.
Linnea? Linnea is mostly here drinking and dancing. It's currently 9:35 in the morning. She's been here since probably about 12 hours ago. But we'll hang for a little bit longer and see what she's up to.
New mail from the musician. Footsteps, the original musical beat. Right, we're making the same rounds again. We're doing it again. You want Pelibot to start saying that people have salamander head. Why do you want Pelibot to say that people have birth defects? It is urgent. 8.5 minutes. That is kind of a lot of time. What do I need? Metal? No, I need resin. All right, here we go.
Thank you for your...
How do I use the harmonica?
Have a pleasant journey.
All right, she's now been here for 72 straight hours. Hasn't done anything but drink. So I think Linnea's unemployed. Anyway, we're finally done with that place. Seems like we got a lot of the people out of the way, which is great. Should make the rest of this relatively quick. Let's stop in the general store, shall we?
Elizabeth handles the customers. I just check the shipments.
Perfect. Customers, shipments. 2 employed people. Isn't that nice? Okay, store's done. Inn done. Is this that weird place where that guy tried to kill me? Yes, it is. Okay. Say, hey, Palpatine. Relax. Okay? Fucking stop. Alright, it doesn't seem like there's anybody else in here. Nothing we have to worry about. Now, the next place we've got to go is a treasury house, which has a lot of predictable employment. Janitor guy, desk lady, cleaning person. But it's also deeply intertwined with a powerful local family named the Silverbloods. That's also what the inn was called, the Silverblood Inn. And sometimes family dynamics within oligarchical units can prove a little complicated for a new you know what I'm trying to say. Let's listen in.
My husband Thonar handles all our family's business. He's an important man.
He handles all of it? She did literally say all the business is handled by her husband.
I married Thonar for the money, and I'm not the least bit ashamed to admit it.
Oh, boom. All right, so she's not applicable. She's not unemployed. She doesn't need a job. She's not employed either. She's not applicable. Oh, hello, sir. Who are you?
I'm a busy man. Thongor may be the head of the family, but I'm the Hands.
You're the Hands. Okay, Hands is the job, right? Mr. Hands, he had a job. Wait, that's something else.
You just let old Nana know if you need anything. All right, dear?
Yeah, the way you said that makes it sound like you're gonna kill me with that broom. All right, that's everyone in the treasury. This place is kind of big.
I work silver, like my father.
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
My wife Kira runs our jewelry stall in the market.
Being an apprentice is great. I get to swing a hammer at things.
Outsiders aren't trusted in Markarth.
Dude, you guys talk so much. He's definitely employed. His daughter is an apprentice, but is also a little child. You know, there's been some argument in the past about like, yeah, you know, even in the United States, kids are allowed to work under certain circumstances, but we are not counting them in our survey. We're considering them not applicable because obviously we like to respect local customs and whatnot, but because they don't like need to sustain themselves, it's not really as helpful to know whether they're employed or not. So we're not counting them. Also, this guy with the child labor in his family is married to this lady who runs this jewelry stall, so she's employed. Oh, and then this guy's out. What did we say he was? We said he was employed because he said he was a worker. Maybe in hindsight, given the lack of shoes, we shouldn't have necessarily believed him, but I think I do believe him that he's has some sort of disability that probably prevents him from working. So I think instead I'm going to move him to not applicable. Okay, I think we've done most of this stuff up here, but we still, man, we're not even halfway done. Christ. You know what they say, there's only one way to eat an elephant. Asshole first.
Huh?
We haven't been in here yet, whatever this is.
Excuse me.
Ah.
What's your business here?
I'm an official businessman from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
If you must know, I'm the maid.
Oh, the maid. There's this really old guy sitting by the fire. I don't know if he's working. He honestly might be working, because I think this guy's name is Nepos, and everyone talks about Nepos as being like in charge of a bunch of money stuff. So even though he's old enough to retire, he's probably working. Eventually, I ended up in this cave, which seemed endless and full of spiders and dangerous robots that were trying to kill me. You see, Markarth has a whole bunch of tunnels underneath it, many of which seem to twist and turn endlessly, kind of like the Paris catacombs, which means that after a while, I started remembering all the stories I read about the Paris catacombs, and I became concerned that I would starve to death and shrivel up and die like a raisinette. Ah! There's a person down here.
Need something?
Yes. What is going on?
I'm all ears. Need something?
Right, this guy doesn't want to seem to talk to me very much, which on the face of it is not a good sign for his employment, but let's have a look around. Oh, there's more people here.
What was it like killing your first one, huh?
You got...
Come on. Here we go. 5 stars.
What's up, Sam? How you doing? Fucking grease lightning up in here. Damn.
Come on. There we go. I think that's it. I think that's it. Reach the maximum connection level with all facilities. We did it. We did it. Oh my gosh, we did it.
Hold up. I set this aside in case you showed up again.
The final star.
You earned it.
Yeah. Yes, we did it.
Alright, well, we both got shit to do. You especially, am I right? Rock on, brother. Stay strong.
Good work. New order available. Please act.
Okay, we do have to take the zip lines back though because there's nowhere to TP out of here. Oh, we did it. How long have we been going? An hour? That's kind of perfect. What are you guys doing right now? I got 2.5 hours, just about. I think I'm gonna try calling it at like 11:30. I think works better for me. I've been feeling a little bit better at work.
Verifying decontaminating suit. All clear. Well present, Sam Porter Bridges. Your work.
Here we got mail from the musician. The power of music propels us forward. Maybe when you do all 500, however many orders, you get to have that concert. I guess it's time. We're not done yet. No. Now we get to look at the Death Stranding memory chips map. And the way this is organized is all over the place, if I recall. And I think we did everything here, but I'm going to double check. 1, 2, 15, 18. Is going to be 1, 2, 15, 18. I don't even need to look at the... Oh, I guess I can see it on my other screen here. 1, 2, Big Fish. 7 Samurai. Yeah, those are all good. And then we have 41, 42, 45, 43, 49. Okay, 41, 42. Down in the bottom left, Death Stranding and Lucio Fulci. $43, $45, $49. $43, Profondo. $45, Dawn Silent Poet. $49, God of War. Okay. Yes, so we are good here. The musician seemingly did not open any new ones up. Which means I can... Uh-oh. Looks like I lost the original page. I only have the images up. Okay, Death Stranding, all memory chips. Central. There's also some in the West region. Did we get all these? Hang on. West region has 10, 40, 53. 10. We did not get 40. We do have Harley Davidson. And 53, My Life. Okay, so we are missing one in the West region. Can I just go there? Inhabitant 0. It's not populated.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey. Safe travels. Contaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
There we go.
Well, would you look at this? Thank you so much, Sam.
Good Smile Company, Nendroid Jumbo Ludens. Oh dear.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay, that is the West region. Now all we have left is Central, our main area. I wish this image was higher resolution. All right, so we're looking for... I'm just going to do this from... How do I want to do this? By, like, relative area. So we're just going to look near Lake Knot City. 3, 56, 47, 21. 3. We are missing 3. Okay. 56. We have 56. That's the very last one, Unknown Man's Journal. 47 is Low Roar. That's 0. 21 is Eggshell Carving. We have 21. 22, Glasscraft. We got it. 54, Unknown Man's Journal Part 1. How about 16? We do not have 16. Okay. Well, 32. We have 32. So we're looking at 3 and 16. What about 44? That's nearby. We are missing 44. Okay. Oh, I know where that one is. I know where these are. Okay. Yeah, take me to Lake Knot. We might need some weaponry. Is this going to be enough for me? Hopefully. I do need blood bags, though. Oh, wait. I need those chiral boots as well. Give me those. Okay. Yeah, let's hope that this is enough. We're going to see if we can't find that final piece around this area.
I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. I don't really know what the heck's going on. Who are you? Borkle the Beast. Borkle, is this like a cult?
Guards brought me in about 12 years ago.
Wait, is this a prison? Okay. this is definitely a prison. So I ended up in a prison somehow. So this is unpaid slave labor. Is that correct? Is that what you guys are doing?
I got locked up one too many times. Now I'm in for life.
Oh, yikes. All right, so all of these people are slaves or whatever. Are slaves employed? Okay, I'm gonna need a minute to think about this. They're definitely part of the population, so I can count them for that. But in terms of being a useful part of the, I mean, let me say first off, obviously, slave labor, bad, whether it's in a prison or not. But is it employment? I think I'm gonna say no. I think kind of like the child labor, the point of the employment rate is to illustrate something about the society, to like illustrate ostensibly the health of something. And given that this is forced labor in some sort of prison camp, it doesn't really, there's no necessity for it to participate in that enumeration, you know? So I'm gonna say all these people are not applicable. Suddenly the picture of how the family gets so much money is coming together. Turns out it's not that hard to run a business when you don't have to think about labor costs. Anyway, now we're talking to Urzoga Sugars. Man, these names.
Every man here is a trained mercenary.
Every man here is a trained mercenary. Okay, well. Now, she kind of made it sound like there was many, many guards. Well, not guards, what you call them, mercenaries. So far, I've only seen 2. Oh, there's a
Driving
third one
like
there.
this is uncomfortable.
Anybody
I hate it.
else? I guess there's 3 beds here. So that kind of implies 3 mercenary guards. Well, maybe 4. Wait, you look exactly like the other lady. Are you guys twins? Well, they're both employed in any case. Okay, where to next? I believe there's a couple places over here. Oh, appears to be some kind of religious building. Hello.
The sisters are communing with Debella. You'll have to come back another time.
We don't need to disturb their whatever they're doing. We just need a quick peek. Okay, so I've got 2 there, 1 there, so there's 3. Maybe if I just walk up nicely and act confused. Oh, hi guys. What's going on?
Stay where you are. The mother will deal with you.
Oh boy. Oh, so it's actually you're in charge. Okay, thanks for letting me stop by. Sorry for interrupting your thing. Maybe since we're getting close to the end, now would be a good time to count some of the guards here, since there are a whole bunch. So let's do that quick. Let's do a round. We'll count all the guards, and then we'll wrap it up with whatever buildings remain. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and I think that's it. I think it's just 19. Now with the prison out of the way, I think that just leaves one more place, and that is going to be the big giant castle where the king lives. My assumption would be that most people in here are employed. Obviously, we'll still talk to them and make sure, but when in doubt, probably employed. So the first giant chamber is going to be over here. We got a couple of folks, a couple of wizards.
The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards.
Any more workers? Okay, so this guy is in charge of people. So Calcelmo, like Elmo if he drank milk. Calcelmo is employed, and my guess is you're one of the workers.
I'm Calcelmo's nephew. I help him around the laboratory.
Ah, that counts. Brother Verulus. So you're in charge of the Hall of the Dead, huh?
We've discovered that some of the dead have been eaten.
This sounds like none of my business.
You there. You another Imperial puppet? Answer me.
Thong for Silverblood. Okay, so he works for the Silverbloods. He's dressed in a bunch of armor. Wow, his armor has the Skyrim logo on it. I wonder if he likes that video game.
We own Sidna Mine. Best prison in Skyrim.
Well, that is pretty definitive. If you own a mine, even if it's a horrible prison camp, you are employed. Oh, a couple of people walking around. Who are you?
The Dominion is here.
Are you from around here?
No.
Have a great trip, you guys. I hope you enjoy your time.
I'm the Jarl's personal blacksmith, but that doesn't mean I can't sell you a few pieces for a fair price.
Okay, fair enough. Get a little side action, as they say, right? It's a dog. Dogs cannot have jobs, at least not in Skyrim. I did go to the airport recently and saw a dog with a job, but I don't think he was being paid. What we got back here? Wow, a food service worker. Hello, chef. Look at all this food he's gonna sell me. He even has my favorite meal. Okay, thanks for being employed.
Jarl gives me 2 incompetent assistants. Worthless.
You know, people, it's interesting by comparison to, you know, because we're enumerating this Skyrim and we're also enumerating Kanto in Pokemon. And it's interesting culturally.
Here's the memory chip. It's in there.
Labor forward Skyrim is. Like, everyone is defined in most ways by what they do for work, which I guess isn't that kind of how it used to be back in the day, like where last names like Baker and Smith came from?
Who are you to approach the Jarl of Markarth?
My name is Austin. I'm from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Very well. You may approach the more...
All right, we got to get in and get out.
You must be taking care of the Jarl, is that true?
As his housecarl, Igman Security.
I don't think there's real BTs here.
Well, there you go.
I'm Igman
I hope there's not.
As well as his steward.
Steward, is that a job? A steward's probably a job, right? Just like advisor. And this is the king. The king, of course, is employed. All right, I think that wraps up the Markarth Jarl's house, or whatever it's called. So at this point, we've done the government, we've done the shops, the guards, the religious centers, the traders, the mercenaries. You'd think that we're basically done, but you'd be wrong. I totally forgot about the fact that there are farms and mines outside of the town with plenty of employed people, including this gentleman who's selling dogs, a couple of new guards, and these two people running a farm. I also stumbled across this mess. What is this? Are those are miners right there? Yeah, they got pickaxes.
Forsworn killed everyone. Hopefully Skaggy will send word to the Jarl.
They said a guy named Skaggy is in charge. Is this Skaggy? Oh, he just went inside. Oh, you're Skaggy. Okay.
I'm the hardest worker in Left Hand.
No.
Better than any man.
No. No, I mean, that's great. And thanks for having a job. And then we also have another child here, which is interesting.
So why is everyone so upset?
Because they have to work in a mine. So there's two more miners here. We got at least one up top here. And I think that's it. It's not a very big mine. Now, with all that extra stuff taken care of, it's time for the most important part of our survey, synthesizing all the data into an economic situation summary, which I will present to you at a press conference that will begin in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another press conference from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Today, we're going to be discussing the economic situation in Markarth. So total surface payroll employment in Markarth is at 81 persons, and unemployment is at 1.2%, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported today. Markarth is a large, old, and dense capital city in the westernmost hold of Skyrim, known as the Reach. The municipality has a total population of 96, 88 of which are working age, 6 of which are of retirement age, and 2 of which are children. Topographically, Markarth has the distinction of being the most vertically oriented, that means tall, of the cities in Skyrim, and also one of the densest. Now, the big story here is the unemployment rate itself. At 1.2%, Markarth is topped only by another relatively dreary Skyrim city named Dawnstar, which has a 0% unemployment rate. Both Dawnstar and Markarth are, at least in part, mining towns. Beyond that, the similarities between the two places are largely surface level. Markarth's economy is fairly diverse with a wide array of standard businesses, as well as the titular Silver Blood Mine, named after the dynastic, though not explicitly governmental, leadership of the city, the Silver Blood family. That family actually represents the city's #1 long-term issue, slavery. There's plenty negative to say about Dawnstar, but they only had wage slaves, not literal slaves. And while the Bureau acknowledges that being able to unethically subsidize or eliminate the cost of labor saves a whole lot of money, it also eliminates the need to run a business with intelligent efficiency and can therefore allow an otherwise unqualified group of people to amass a lot of power in a short period of time. When you have short-sighted or unintelligent people in positions of authority, there's a real risk that one cantankerous troublemaker could mean a quick revolution and a whole lot of disemboweled bourgeoisie. Now, one thing that the Silverblood family does have going for it, so to speak, is the same thing that a lot of countries that utilize slave labor have. The only people that they use for slave labor are those that have been imprisoned by the local authorities, which makes for significantly smoother propaganda. Provided they keep the number of imprisoned citizens relatively low and keep the remaining population basically comfortable, situations like this can persist for a fairly long time. Economically, then, Markarth will probably be perfectly stable right up until the day that it's not. While there's a clear wealth inequality among the free-roaming citizens, it's not dramatically worse than anywhere else in Skyrim, and its geographical location will likely keep it well insulated against the wider civil conflict that a place like Dawnstar will have to come to terms with. 1.2% puts Markarth in second place on our list, behind Dawnstar and just ahead of Solitude. This data comes from a direct survey conducted by the Bureau over 9 days. That's the situation in Markarth. If you disagree with the Bureau's assessment, you can let us know down in the comments. Good day. Saffron
All right, give me a moment, Annie Austin. Ooh, no, I actually have to get to a shelter. I gotta get to a shelter first. Go look at my stuff, I believe. Oh, no, I don't. I don't. I guess I'll just keep following west. So we are at 44. How about 50? 50, we have 50. Bronson. 14. Stand By Me. We have Stand By Me. 37. Yamaha RD 500. We do. 6. Kotobukiya. 38. Kawasaki Z1. 27. Wine Glass. We are missing 27. Okay. That's getting up to like Mountain Knot territory. What if we look south? How about 36? Yamaha MT, yes. 11, 17, 48, 34. 11. Christine. 17. Matango. 48, 34. 34 is Triumph Bonneville. And 48 is Once in a Long, Long Time. Those are all good. 35. Triumph Street Trip. I think we have all the motorcycles. I don't need to worry about the motorcycles. 55. Unknown Man's Journal Part 2. 4. We have 4. 46, 31. Low Roar, Low Roar. 31, Reverse Trike. 32, 23. 32 is good. 23, Coffee Cup. Yes. 24, 51. 24, Soap Bubble. 51. We do not have 51. Okay. How about 3119? We saw 3119 is... We do not have 19. Okay. 528.9. 5. We have 5. 28. We have 28 Pottery. What was the last one? 9. We do not have 9. Okay. Regardless, we do have to find somewhere to TP because these are all kind of far away. So I think we are just going to go up to... up there, up to the, that one distro center. Or way station, sorry, not distro center. Oops. I'm also gonna see what the guys are up to. Because I'm down for whatever. Tanks are Baldur's Gate. Which one specifically do we want to do?
Still got it.
Please just let me up the hill. I took my hand off the gas like 7 seconds ago. And it's stored up all that momentum.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Not close enough? Yes, it is. Okay. Let me bring the car over.
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Weapons restrictions lifted. Your work is greatly appreciated. Good morning, Sam.
What do you guys want to do at Dash and Tommy? Because if we do Baldur's Gate, I might try to stream that fight. But if we do Hell Let Loose, I can't stream it. We're heading south. We don't have that many memory chips left, right? Okay, so 51 is pretty far down there. Let's get some riding sounds. Saffron City.
It calls itself the shining golden land of commerce. Pretty bold economic claim. But what's really going on underneath the surface of this city? How is the local economy doing? That's what I'm going to figure out for you today as we calculate the unemployment rate for Saffron City. Does anyone out there know what the best way to calculate an unemployment rate is? That's right, today we are going to do a direct survey. Now what a direct survey means is that we are literally going to directly survey everyone in the town. And you might be thinking to yourself, this place looks pretty big. There's an awful lot of buildings here. I know. Thankfully, there's only a few more cities left in Kanto before we can truly assess its economic situation on the whole. So let's get started with Saffron City. When I grow up, I want to work at Silco.
Where is it?
This little girl is not grown up, which means she doesn't count for the survey. This guy might count though. He looks aged. Where did you come from? Oh, Pallet Town, huh? It's very nice and quiet there, I hear. So this is really going to represent one of the biggest problems with Pokemon. Is every time we try to survey these people, they don't tell us anything. Let's see if we can't build a psychological profile on this guy. Like, as though he's a serial killer. He's standing at the entrance of town. He's quizzing people on where they're coming from. The ellipses indicates he's a little disappointed at where I'm from, as though he was waiting for someone from somewhere else. And he says, I hear it's nice and quiet, which means he's never been to Pallet Town. He's also standing next to a fire hydrant. So it's possible he's a dog. Just kidding. Some of you might be saying maybe he's a greeter. If he's a greeter, he's doing a bad job because he did not make me feel warm and greeted. He actually made me feel kind of judged. I'd also argue that none of these things point to him being
I did not bring my tools.
So I'm going to say he's unemployed. Porygon is so blocky and cute. That's all he says. You guys see what I'm working with here? Well, he's wearing a suit, so I'm going to say he's employed. This guy saw the boss of the evil Team Rocket escape from the Sylph building. So what we know about him is that he dresses like he's a punk, but he's actually a narc. Kind of like the other guy. No real reason to believe he's employed. This is a police officer. This guy's definitely employed.
Come on, just spam A. We can do it.
Afraid of crime. This one's also pretty clear-cut, a city maintenance worker of some kind. You wouldn't believe how much power Saffron City burns through. It's through the roof. We've got to keep up the maintenance. This guy is a steel-type Pokemon enthusiast, standing on the street with his Magnemite. He looks about college age. He does have a notebook in hand, and it looks like he's probably studying this Magnemite. I think most likely he's a student, and students are not applicable in the survey. This old man is a sucker for drama. He actually says he literally flew here across the country on top of a giant bird just to see some drama unfold, which to me feels like retired behavior. A scientist. This lady is dressed very professionally. She's tending to the flowers outside this building, and she has a vested interest in people flocking back to the city. So I say she's probably a local business owner or possibly a politician. Now the good news for me is that that's everyone who's standing outside in Saffron City, so we get to start going inside buildings. I'm so excited. In the Pokemon Center, we have, of course, the nurse. We have an old man who also is talking a lot about the same drama that the other old man was talking about. So he's probably retired. And then we have a lady in the corner trying to teach me about Pokemon growth rates.
New song? Wait, is that the beach? Why does that look like the beach? Has the beach been here the whole time? Why did that end the song? What are you doing? Why would you end the song like that? Okay, it's back. All right, let me see what we got. They're saying they want to do Baldur's Gate. Okay. Let me wrap up this area then. What did we need? We got 51. We needed 19. No, we needed 19. 5, 28. 9. And we need 9. 19 and 9. What about 55? $46. No, I think it's just only 19 and 9. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
D. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. All clear.
Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Take it away, Austin.
Also studying the map. Maybe the real question is, how does she know so much about Pokemon? Like, it'd be one thing if she said, Pokemon are so cute, but she's actually saying Pokemon growth rates differ from species to species. That's a pretty professional bit of knowledge. Maybe she's like a Pokemon lecturer or expert or something, an academic. And then there's this huge Raichu fan who came all the way from Alola, so they don't actually live here, so they don't count. Also a small child that I'm condescending to by crouching down on my knees. This is a house called Mr. Psychic's house. This must be Mr. Psychic. The way I see it, there are two possibilities for Mr. Psychic. He's either employed or he's retired. He's got a really nice house, but he is in the kitchen, which means he has time to cook, which isn't always the case for people with jobs. He also has a golden teapot, which for me screams retirement gift from the company I slaved away at, so I'm going with retired for Mr. Psychic. Pokemon Trainer Fan Club. This could really go either way. Okay, right off the bat, child. That's easy. It's worth noting that this fan club is inside of someone's house. I'm gonna assume it's his house because he's the one in the kitchen cooking. And based on his outfit and his age, I don't think he's retired. So in order to afford a fan club and a house, you probably have to be employed. And honestly, there's a chance that all three of these people are like younger and that he's actually just like a cool teacher doing an extracurricular fan club for them. So I'm gonna go with that. That would make him not applicable as well. Now in the Pokemart, we have this guy who's employed, of course. We have a teenager shopping for Pokemon supplies and another teenager shopping for Pokemon supplies. One interesting thing about Saffron City is it sort of has two Pokemon gyms. Most places only have one, but one of them is kind of raggedy and weird, and the other one's like cool and corporate. So we'll start with the corporate one.
Think I can get to the other side with
holy
that?
Cannoli. This is intense. I'm just gonna save you some time because it's not all that interesting. There were 9 employed trainers in the gym and 1
I don't
gym
feel
leader,
terribly
Sabrina.
confident
the
that I
other gym, the raggedy
can.
gym is much the same. We've got 6 employed people in here, 2 master trainers, which don't count, and then 1 Hitmonlee,
It's also
which is a pocket monster, not a human.
in
Yes,
a place that
Pokemon
I can really
stands for
easily get
pocket
to.
monster. Did you kids know that? Speaking of kids, here's a house that only has kids in it. 2 children home alone with a bird the size of a hawk. One of the funny things about Saffron City is that the whole city is surrounded by police checkpoints. Obviously, that's good for employment, but it does beg the question of why the shining land of commerce also has police roaming the streets and controlled entry and exit, like West Berlin or East Berlin or whatever that was. I don't really know my history. We'll explore that more in the press conference at the end of the video, but for now,
I'm gonna try
to go into this gigantic skyscraper, home of the gigantic corporation called the Sylph Corporation, which surely has lots of employment, including this lady. This lady says, I was captured by Team Rocket. I wonder if our insurance plan covers that kind of thing. That's so funny. That means that even in Pokemon, they get insurance through their job. At least here. Are you here to meet the president? You'll find him on 11. There's 11 floors.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
We might need a little bit of a montage. Okay, as expected, Sylphco is a very large corporation with 11 different floors, loads of offices, cubicles, storage, gathering areas, scientific equipment, and doors.
I don't know about this one, guys.
Side of the skyscraper, and also its own.
We're already here, though.
It also has 4 different incidental paintings on the wall: a beach, a Japanese tower, Mount
Extreme,
Fuji, and a starry field of rocks. I sure love incidental details in video games.
I don't know how we didn't sync.
Check out this video I made about fish. Anyway, there are a whopping 24 more people employed here at Sylphco, and they had a lot of interesting things to say. You see, until recently, Sylphco was actually overrun by terrorists who were trying to get a hold of some of the technology that was developed here. And a lot of the employees you talked to mentioned how terrible it would be if terrorists got a hold of this technology. Which begs the question, what kind of corporation is this? Initially, we thought it was some kind of tech conglomerate, like a Facebook or Meta or whatever, but in hindsight, it maybe is more like a Boeing or a Halliburton or something like that. I feel like that implies a lot about what Sylphco is and the role that it plays in the economy, but we are going to elaborate more on that in the press conference. So I'm going to take all of this data that we've now gathered, I'm going to synthesize it into an economic report, and I will present it to you at that press conference, which will begin in 3, 2, 1... Hi, welcome to the press conference. Today we're going to be discussing the employment situation in Saffron City, so strap in, turn your phones off, and let's get started. Total surface payroll employment in Saffron City is at 54 persons, and unemployment is at 3.6%. Saffron City is a large metropolitan municipality in Kanta with a population of 71, 79% of which are working age, 14% of which are children, and 7% of which are retired or of retirement age. The city contains the gamut of services that we've come to expect in Kanto, including a hospital, a merchant, and a fighting dojo, but it has one particularity that helps it stand out. Saffron City is built around the corporate headquarters of the Sylph Corporation, a technology developer that researches and designs high-value military or industrial tools for use in a multitude of industries, including devices that make capturing and controlling powerful monsters simpler and safer. This has been enormously profitable for the Sylph Corporation, and as a result, the company enjoys a plurality of employment within Saffron City. 44% of the workforce relies on it for their economic survival, which one can imagine is undesirable from a risk assessment standpoint. This puts Sylph Co. in a familiar too-big-to-fail position. While nowadays economists often read that aphorism as meaning it's so big it cannot fail, its original intent is probably more appropriate here. It's so big, its failing would be catastrophic. Indeed, at the time of our survey, Sylph Co. was recently the victim of a serious terrorist attack and near takeover that, without the coincidental assistance of a single child, may have ended the company in its entirety, and as a result, the city. Saffron City's slogan is the shining golden land of commerce. The Bureau found relatively little evidence of this, and the only standout commerce happening here aside from Sylph Co. is a rundown secondary Pokemon gym. Celadon City to the west would be a significantly more fitting place for that saying, but leaders in that area ended up going with City of Rainbow Dreams instead. Another curiosity is the fact that Saffron can only be accessed by passing through a police checkpoint, no matter what direction you're coming from. It's unclear what exactly the criteria for entering or exiting the city is, but this does make the city feel inorganic, planned, and authoritarian. Because of this, our conclusion is simple. Saffron City is more of a special economic zone set up by the Sylph Corporation with the allowance of the federal government than a truly organic city in its own right. Our guess would be that the city is at most a few decades old and was cheap land purchased directly from the federal government as part of some sort of contract that allowed Sylph Co. to develop and test new weapons and technologies that they would then sell to the same government. The fact that the land isn't near any natural resources like mines, ports, or waterways helps support this conclusion. Ergo, the economic fate of Saffron City is much the same as the economic fate of the Sylph Corporation. They barely escaped one nasty terrorist attack. If another one should happen approximately 8 years and 7 months later that is more deeply destructive, then what? 3.6% is Kanto's lowest unemployment of all and fourth lowest unemployment overall of all the surveys we've done. It's always interesting when a city has a low unemployment rate but a pretty grim economic outlook, don't you think? Another interesting thing is that you watch this whole video. Who would have thought?
6 memory chips. All right.
Does this guy have a job? What about this
hang
lady
on.
or any of these people?
I'm sorry.
The people.
I'm sorry. We're not watching another one. We're good. We're good here.
Just about given up on this. I owe you one.
Oh, this will be right at home in my collection.
What a wonderful gift. Thank you, Sam.
So we got, we'll look at them in a moment. There's too many even. Frame Arms Kagetora. Did I read these out loud? I don't know. I don't think I need to. What is frame arms? They're like models, right? There's not an actual... It's not like an anime, is it? What is this? That's just a girl in a bikini. That's not a... That's not a mech robot at all. Hates me and he hates the VOD watchers. Get a life. Get a life, guy. Take a peek at the screen. Stop your work and look at the damn screen. Max Factory Ludens Figma. Good Smile Company Nendroid Jumbo Ludens. The Bridge on the River Kwai. Huh. This sounds like it could be down my alley. Bridge on the River Kwai. This is down my... This could be down my... I'll keep it in mind, yeah. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Sure. Right Knight. Thelma Original Motion Picture Soundtrack. Norwegian horror movie Thelma. What? I don't think this is the one I'm looking for. American comedy drama film. It's got a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes, though. What? Do I trust that? What is this? Can I get the synopsis? Okay, hang on. Thelma 2017. College students start to experience extreme seizures while studying at a university in Oslo, Norway. Soon learns that the violent episodes are a symptom of inexplicable and often dangerous supernatural abilities. Okay, the description is not selling me on it. Different description. Confused religious girl tries to deny her feelings for a female friend who's in love with her. This causes her suppressed, subconsciously controlled psychokinetic powers to reemerge with devastating results. Maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I guess maybe if Kojima says it's good. Maybe. Okay. And Valhalla Rising, original soundtrack by Peter, and Peter Kidd. All right, he says this one's good too, Valhalla Rising. Forced for some time to be a fighting slave, a pagan warrior escapes his captors with a boy and joins a group of crusaders on their quest to the Holy Land. I mean, maybe. I really liked Vinland Saga. They're like kind of similar, I guess. Yeah, maybe. All right, are you guys gonna be ready in the next like 5 minutes? I gotta get my stuff out of the dryer and use the restroom. Yes? Okay. Guys, we might do Baldur's Gate. You guys want to see our Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough? Halfway? Well, not halfway. I'm sorry. It's like 20% of the way through. Maybe. Maybe 20% of the way through. I think we should be able to wrap this up in the next 1 to 2 streams, depending on how long it is. We got to get the rest of the memory chips, of which there are not many. We can actually take a look real quick. 1, 2, 3. Is that it? 3 left? I don't think I'm missing any. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 memory chips left. And then we have to do... fabricate all weapons and equipment. And upgrade all types and build every type. And then upgrade all types to the max level. Oh gosh, okay. All right. It's going to take a lot of resources, but like I think we can do it. I think we have enough. I do. I think we have enough resources. All right. We're going to take a break here. I have to go take care of some stuff and use the restroom. I'll leave you guys with, what do you want? What do I have open? You can have, I don't really have anything that fits necessarily. You just have the Journey soundtrack again. Oh, sorry. Let me wrap up the thing for Death Stranding VOD. That's, yeah, thanks. Okay. See you guys next time on Death Stranding. Woo! Right, okay. Woo! Stop recording. Uh, uh,